You guys asked for it after our last video with the Invidia downpipe. You guys want to call it a mid-pipe, it's a downpipe. But we are going to be installing the Invidia-R400 on our shop GR Corolla today. So I do want to thank Invidia for sending this out for us. It wasn't free, but we got a deal on it. Appreciate it. If you guys are interested in these Invidia products for the GR Corolla, so far I'm really loving the downpipe. And we got our eyes on the initial R400 we had in. I was very impressed with the quality. Invidia's always had a really, I don't know, great product and a decent price point. So already sold a few of these. We had one ordered that I was thinking about putting in, but you guys scooped it. Appreciate you, by the way. Today we're gonna put this one on our car. We're gonna take a little drive with it, show you guys what to expect if you're expecting to buy the Invidia R400 exhaust with burnt titanium tips for your GR Corolla. All right, so with this Invidia exhaust, it has a resonated mid-pipe, which is why I call the other part a downpipe. And then it has not a muffler, but two smaller resonators where the muffler would normally be. Now the AWE exhaust that we have on the car currently has a similar setup where it actually doesn't have a muffler, they're just large resonators. I like the sound of it, it gives it like more of a growl, where with the MBRP exhaust that we had in, yes, this is our third exhaust system for this car. The MBRP system was a muffled exhaust. I like this style a little better. Let's show you what's in the box here. Mind the staples. Whoa, well, we caught something. This is the gasket that probably joins the mid-pipe to the axle back. And we do have a clamp fitting as well. This has the, ooh, got a couple 3M stickies. We have the exhaust block off plates. And then this is something that I kind of wish the MBRP would have come with, which is the little weather stripping for the edge of the block off plates. It just helps it fit a little better. It's not so much that it closes the gap between the block off plates to the bumper. It's more so that this has like a little bit of, kind of grabs onto the plastic a little better so it fits nicer. It's not gonna rattle or kind of wiggle around. So good on you, Invidia, good thinking. I did a live stream on one of the GR Corolla Facebook groups when we got this in. I like how it's packaged. It comes with this gigantic cardboard cylinder around the muffler tips. Ah! Get a free hat. All right, so here is the muffler section, as I'll call it. I think technically, like I said, there are two resonators. I do like that they're welded together. Beautiful welds. Invidia products I've always feel like have really nice welds. I don't know if some of these are like robotic welds. These are kind of perfect, but their stuff is just really nicely put together. A really good finish. It doesn't fade. This is not like a sprayed on. I know some budget exhausts nowadays have like a sprayed on titanium look. This is like actual burnt, which is really nice, so it's not gonna fade. Real thick flanges. I said this as well when we first checked these out. I love that the tips are welded on, or riveted on, I guess, for this. Most of the exhausts nowadays have the tips where you slide on and clamp it down. That's cool, but I did have a clamp fail on one of my exhausts. It's hard sometimes to get the rotation correct. There's just some other stuff where it's like, you know what, you have the factory, you put the exhaust together, you probably have a jig, just put it on there, just do it. I appreciate that they stuck to their roots with that and just have the exhaust tips on there, and that's just how it is, you don't have to worry about it. All right, what else we got in here? Ooh, we got the hanger bracket, laser cut and welded. And then we have the other two pipes. So this is gonna be from, this is that slip joint that we saw the clamp for. This will be from the axle back to the muffler section. Nice beefy cut. It's kind of like a keyhole there, which is cool for the slip joint. I kind of appreciate that. Another beefy flange, nice bends to it. And then last but not least, the resonated mid-pipe. They know how to tie a knot, dude, holy. We got a big old resonator on there. That's what's up. And then a donut gasket. So this will made up to the Invidia downpipe that we currently have in there, the donut gasket. Once again, really nice welds. Really nice welds on the hanger, actually. Really beefed up. So they have like two mounting points to that. Nice colored weld in there. I will be swapping out the exhaust hanger with an aftermarket polyurethane one, or urethane, just like with the downpipe, so I'm hoping that helps. But that's what to expect. Now how this goes together is this is going to go to the downpipe with a donut gasket. This mid-pipe is going to slip fit onto here, like so, and then this will probably twist this way and go to the axle back. It'd probably make more sense if we put it in the car though, don't you think? Well, you thought this was just an unboxing? No, we're putting this bad boy in right now. I'm just waiting for my exhaust to cool down so I don't hurt my little fingers. Now you might be wondering, what does something like this quality, this precision, this finish cost? Well, these exhausts are at the MAP price of 861. Now we do have these on the website. You can grab one of those. We do have 2 different distributors we work with to get these, one of them being Invidia directly. I think everywhere almost is sold out. We have more on the way, but if you guys want to get one, get your name on it before they sell out again, I would definitely go to the site, circuitdemon.com. We have a GR Corolla section, and if you go to exhaust, you'll see this. I think this is the very first exhaust on our website for the GR Corolla. Don't let me sell you on it. Let your ears sell you on it when we go to install this. We are on the shop, as you could probably tell, and we're getting ready to take this off. We did let it cool down a little bit to the top. Just kidding. I just did a little bit of PB blaster on the bolts. They're not bad. I actually already like loosened one up a little bit. I think my plan of attack is gonna try to keep the axle back intact, but I am gonna remove the mid-pipe section. I don't know, we'll see. So yeah, I'm just gonna go around and just loosen everything by hand, and then we'll get back with the gun. So just a note, you'll notice this is not stock. We did talk about, I had the AWE touring exhaust currently on the car. If you're replacing the stock exhaust, yours will look a little different. The factory exhaust does have a valve. This one does not, but you zip tie the valve up here. So I will be relocating this to the bracket that the Invidia one comes with. Now the AWE touring, if you were to get this off our site today, that does now come with a bracket for the exhaust valve. It's just we got like a release date one, so we didn't have that at the time. It's off, and so are these factory exhaust hangers. I'll show you guys which ones we're replacing these with. But yeah, these just have a lot of space and they're really flexible. The aftermarket polyurethane ones are a little stiffer, so it just helps isolate the sound vibration a little more. All right, so I'm putting these are the new ones, so just a lot stiffer. The ones that we used before are Cobb. These are Perrin. They're a little more price friendly. So I'll post these up. You guys will be able to access them, but you can get them anywhere. Appreciate if you get through us, but I think it worked pretty well with the downpipe. So we'll see how it does with the exhaust this time. So as always, I'm gonna wait until the whole exhaust is in, until I tighten anything down. Oops, there goes the screws. So we have the front part of the mid-pipe in. We're gonna do the back part now. Yeah, that looks right. So I'm gonna wait to do the clamp at all until I have the axle back on here. Should I just snug it? Yeah, maybe I'll snug it a little bit so it doesn't fall off. So now it's time for the goods, the fun looking part. This doesn't come with instructions. I looked online and through a quick online sleuthing, I think I figured it out, but I don't know how this is supposed to go. Obviously there's 3 exhaust hangers. We have the factory triangular one, and then we have the singles, the new ones. That's the triangle one right here. So this triangular one from the factory, which looks like it could probably fit on either. Then we have the single one. So I'm just gonna pull it up to where it should go and see where everything lands. Oh, I see. I see now, okay. So we have these pieces as well, and I think I figured out what's going on. You replace the factory hanger on the passenger side. There's those 2 bolts there with that. And the leveling motor gets screwed into this with the supplied hardware. This thing I got a little worried about because this orientation is the factory one, and the Invidia muffler is like this way, the 3 prongs. But they do include this piece, which I am assuming replaces the center one as well. And then you use the triangular as well as a single exhaust hanger to mount that up. All right, we are just finishing the hanger, the exhaust hanger for the tips here. And then after that, I think we're just gonna put the little block off plates and call her a day. We're gonna go ahead and relocate the valve for the center section. So right now it's zip tied per AWE. I'm gonna snip that off here and put it on this nice little bracket. Go right here. Tighten that real quick. All right, so we're putting the exhaust block offs together. I will say I remember the MDRP ones being a little thicker than these, but I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing yet. So let's put these on. Ooh, nice. I wish they put a hole in these little 3M jobs. All right, let's see how she works. We're done. You wanna hear it? I wanna hear it. Looks good, dude. Cool initial thought, I like it. like the way it looks. Maybe it stands out more than the black tip AWE before. I mean, it's just idling right now, but it sounds good. It's not too loud, which I appreciate. I think the resonator mid-pipe and then the dual resonators at the exhaust tips are nice. So I think we should go for a drive. All right, initial impressions. I feel like it's maybe like a little bit raspier than the AWE one, which I like. But it's not like, definitely not like super loud. It's hard to tell. It sounds like raspier, but it may be like slightly quieter. I don't know if it's because it's less tips or something like that, like less noisemakers back there. Instead of having 3, it's just the one single or the one dual tip. But I feel like I can hear the intake noise a little bit more, and I'm guessing it's because I can hear the exhaust a little bit like less. But yeah, the tone is definitely like raspier, which I like. That's kind of what I wanted out of this exhaust, if I'm honest with you. So it's a 3-cylinder, so like naturally it's gonna want to be like a little raspy, like a lower displacement engine, but I think with the resonated mid-pipe, it sounds really good. So it's got like some rasp, but not like too much. So the look of this thing, I do like the amount of poke that the tips have. I think the one thing that I'm really interested to look at from the back of the car is the exhaust kind of like tips up. So the back of the muffler sits lower than the tips do. I think most of the mufflers that we've had so far, like MBRP, was like very flat, same with the AWE. So this one kind of has a tip to it. If you could think of like the Mark IV Supra, like the early like WRX STI, like HKS exhaust, like the big like N1 style for the Evo 2, they all had like kind of went low towards the front of the muffler and then kind of tipped up. This has that same kind of look, which I love. It's like kind of a throwback heritage kind of look to it. So I'm actually really keen to see what this looks like outside the car. I think it's gonna look really cool because you'll be able to see a lot more of the muffler than some of the other ones that we've had before, or that are out there, I should say. We're back in the shop. I'd love to hear what you guys think about our new Invidia-R400 exhaust. I'll probably say my general thing here is, out of the exhausts that we've had, this is probably the best quality material, I would have to say, out of the batches. The flanges are really thick, the welds all look really good, everything is a really nice finish and packed very well. I would say as far as the tone goes, it is a little more raspy, which is what I'm looking for without being too overwhelming. I'm actually really curious what this would sound like without the mid-pipe resonators. Might be a little bit of customization we do there. Regardless, I'd love to hear your opinion on it, especially with the downpipe. If you're looking for one of these, circuitdemon.com. If you don't want this exhaust, but you want a different one, we have a whole list of other exhausts on our site for you to check out. And just like last video that triggered us making this video, if you guys have any other parts that you see out there that you're curious about, you want us to test out, or even just show you what the part does or what it's all about, let us know. We'd love to hear below in the comment section. I did put a poll up on one of the Facebook groups. The biggest overwhelming suggestion was to do valve, springs, retainers. That might be something we look into this winter, just depends, the daily driver car. So make sure you subscribe as well, because we will be releasing a lot more videos like this, and hopefully some bigger builds this winter, not just with the GR, but other platforms as well. So until then, catch me on the streets.